Hi everyone. So the first thing I want to do, I am going to get to the 7-minute tag, but I wanted to tell you that my little timer here, this is generally my writing timer, and it's not really working for me today, so I'm going to have to like look down and look at the time, so I might not be accurate with my minutes, but I'm going to try to be, and I'm going to wait here until I reach the minute mark. So while I'm waiting, I wanted to tell you a little bit about the little free library system or idea, and I will link the website in the bottom. Um, Basically, it's a box that is placed in strategic places around the community. One of mine happens to be around the farmers market we have here, and basically it's a borrowing and trading book system, and I will put the link down in the bottom, but here I go with my tag. Um, my writing goals, or my ultimate like writing dream, is to publish two epic fantasies, um, maybe chronicles or sagas. I'm not sure how many books it would end up being, but one is sort of like a vampiric type. They're called night creatures, um, and they are set in Sumeria, ancient Sumeria, so it's going to be sort of historical fiction slash fantasy. The other book I wanted to do is about series or whatever, about female female type robots, and I want to do for female type robots what Isaac Asimov did for robots in general, which is to break some stereotypes about them, to give them interesting jobs that and to give them situations where they have to deal with like gender issues and stuff like that. All right. So second question. Wow, this is fast. My writing flaws. I think my major writing flaw is dealing with propelling the plot forward and dealing with compact action. Um, I'm very character driven, so I will. My writing tends to be more slow, even paced than fast paced action type stuff. And I think it's just a preference of mine, but I know that a lot of people prefer page turners. Mine are more um, investigating characters and um, social structures and philosophies and all that kind of thing. And so having a balance between descriptive, flowing, slower paced writing with action is one of my major concerns. I can do it, but it just happens to be kind of difficult for me. All right, number 3. Summarize my writing habits. Okay, I do something called free writing, or listing particularly, where I'll write down ideas that I want to cover, or scenes that I want to write out, and then I will do like write out a scene that comes to mind for whatever I want to write about. I might be writing a scene from one of my dreams, or a scene from something that has happened in my life, or anything like that. And then I might write a dialogue between 2 or 3 characters just to get an idea of what their voices are like, and then I will focus in on discovering one character and using that character's voice to tell the story. Um, like I said, I'm very character driven. Um, for drafting, I do a lot of cut and paste and using a lot of tools that are on my computer. So for drafting, I use my computer. For just writing out ideas, I use paper. All right, next. Um, Writing tools. My writing tools are my journal. I have a journal that I just like write down um, interesting ideas that come to mind, or interesting people that I have seen that I might use for character developments, or pieces of dialogue, or just basically what has happened during the day for me. I also do morning pages where basically you wake up early in the morning, or not really early, just whenever you wake up in the morning, and you write for 3 pages. It's the first thing you do after you do like all the necessary stuff. Um, I also, besides my journal, I have a found phrase part of my computer, where I just write down phrases from books and ideas for words and stuff like that. And I keep a dream journal, right? Next question. Explain why I want to write and be published. I just have a love of language. I love how words sound and their meanings and how they flow and take on different characteristics. So I have just a basic love of language, and other than that, I like creating imaginary friends. Um, I like how my characters will show up in my dreams. Um, what else? I want to be published because I want my work to be in some way recognized. Basically, um, I would prefer to be published in some indie sort of way, like alternative way, with an author collaboration or an indie publishing company, or just basically a way that's not like the traditional way of doing it, just because of some political issues I have with that. Okay, number 6. First thing I ever remember writing. Um, I think it was called The Horrible Birthday or The Birthday Catastrophe or something like that. And it was in 6th grade or 5th grade. I don't remember exactly. Um, and it was not like a writing or assignment or anything. I just shut my page. I shouldn't do that. Okay. And basically what it is this main girl character. I guess she would be like middle school or even elementary school character. She comes home and she realizes it's one of her parents' birthday, and she wants to bake a cake for her parent because her parent has been baking cakes on her birthday for however long she's been alive, or as long as she can remember. So what happens is all kinds of catastrophe because it's the first time she's ever tried to bake a cake, and then when her parent comes home, they have to clean up after the mess. It's really funny. Um, all right, number 7 is pitch a novel. Okay, um, female character named Artemis has had a car accident and has ruptured an internal organ, and she is rushed to the ICU. And this is a futuristic society, so there are medical care units, which are robots that watch over the intensive care patients, so that they are safe and whatever. River is one of these, and she is looking after Artemis. And Artemis doesn't remember any of this because she's really ill and out of it. But she has had to be let go early from the hospital because there's a bunch of overcrowding because of a epidemic that is going around. And because of this, she has to go home with River, and River has to take care of her and all the problems that revolve around the robot having to take care of the human in this situation. So that's it, and I will stop.